that's a waste.
I mean, it's a waste if they don't use them again, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
For
don't
sure.
like the fact that they did stuff like, you know, they killed Angela Bassett. Like, what are we,
Uh-huh.
what are we doing? And Marissa Tomei. They killed Marissa
Yeah,
Tomei.
yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I hated that when they killed her off. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that.
So,
And
yeah. It was like the Star Wars movies. They just started killing all the people that, you know, should
Yeah.
just died in an old age home.
yeah, or you know, sit on the sidelines.
Yeah.
The brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life.
I mean, I guess for the Black Panther movie, they needed that. Like,
Okay,
but
yeah.
I don't. I was like, when they went and they drowned her, I was like, they don't actually kill. You don't kill her,
Mhm.
not like that. But they did.
Well, when you're digging,
They did.
you need something.
So,
It's a shock.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
I
you
mean-
do.
well, they had enough shock. It was the idea that like there wasn't going to be another, you know, person reprising Black Panther. It was going to be his sister, like it is in the comic book. So
They should have went full 100% with that. I feel like they held back
What? Just
on
make,
Shuri being Black Panther. Like, she's gonna be Black Panther. Better be Black Panther. Like,
His son?
dope, fighting everything. You know what I mean? Like, full on. But it felt like they were.
well, she had to
pulling
fight
back.
Namor. You know, Namor. Or I guess no more.
yeah, I guess so. I guess, yeah, they had no choice at this point.
Shuri was fine. If they didn't make Shuri Black Panther, I would have been pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
But they're gonna age up the kid.
I mean, probably.
Right, it's gonna be lame.
Yeah, the Secret Wars.
Yeah, it's gonna be lame.
They're gonna age him up. I hope he's the new Black Panther.
They shouldn't have killed, what's his name? Killmonger, and made him the Black Panther. They shouldn't have killed him, but he didn't need to die. I feel like it would have been better if he didn't die.
Well, it was cool because he did die, because then when Shuri went into the other realm, like that's who she saw.
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard about that.
You haven't
That's
watched it yet?
Oh, it's so good. He
Oh
reprises
my
his role.
goodness! What are you doing, Joseph?
Yeah. And of course, like Angela Bassett too. Of course, I mean, death isn't
That was
forever.
unnecessary.
So, what?
That was the only thing to me that was unnecessary.
I mean, but it's.
What do you mean? The part with Killmonger?
No, the part with Angela Bassett.
Oh yeah, that's I said.
What if you think? All right, let's put it in superpowers, right? But let's put it in a real scenario here. She could die in a real war. You know what I mean? To not kill her because we think it's too much. You know what I mean? That hinders the story, I think.
It's a comic
Angela.
book.
But
Yeah.
that's the point.
Yeah.
But that's the point, though. It's a comic book.
She is queen.
It
She
doesn't give it
carri-
that gravitas. You want that.
Also
you want
carried that whole movie on her back. Let's be honest, right? Like
That's
there's
what I
certain
heard.
characters that when they make their appearance
Yeah.
on screen, right? She carries the entire scene. Like they don't need everybody else.
That's Angela
And everyone
Bassett.
did a great job with, I thought, the movie. But like Angela Bassett really did a lot of the heavy lifting. I felt so. Again.
Oh,
So
yeah,
also,
I would agree.
don't need to kill
No,
her.
I think it was overkill. It wasn't necessary for the story. Like she didn't. They already had their quarrel. Like her.
Yeah, it was already set up.
Yeah, her dying. I kind of equated to like Batman versus Superman. You didn't need that whole thing with him in the Middle East stopping the guy. Like
What's
you
going on
already
there?
had. He destroyed Metropolis. Like the trial should have just been
Right.
for that. Like that whole extra thing was unnecessary.
Yeah. It's true, right? And then somebody would have tried to blow up the place anyway.
I really, what it boils down to is I just didn't want Angela Bassett to die. That's really all it was.
And Aunt May, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
Like-
say I don't want Marissa Tomei to die.
Right.
I didn't think she needed to.
It's like, dude, we got enough death in real
Yeah.
life and in the film. Like Angela Bassett didn't. Like I wasn't ready.
That's
I thought
true.
Aunt May was okay.
No. Why?
Because now Peter's on his own. Real Spider-Man.
I mean, he's on his own anyway.
He's real Spider-Man when Aunt May's alive.
But that's the thing.
And Aunt May is alive in the comics.
Aunt May
Still.
is-
She
Aunt
died
May
before
is
too.
gone.
She
She
died
died
in issue
too. That's what I
400.
mean.
She came back.
Aunt May is
You
gone.
gonna bring her
So
back?
Peter's like alone and tortured, right?
Yeah.
But how do we know that? Because he hasn't showed up since then.
Ever.
Angela Bassett is gone. Ramonda is gone. Shuri's lost everybody. She's tortured and broken. How do we know that? We haven't seen her. Like, where is she? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, but it's okay.
there's no.
It's okay because she's gonna go to another planet and start singing and dancing in some singing and dancing planet. So we
Oh,
won't.
come on, Joseph.
I mean, right?
right?
It's in the
Take your
comic
bathroom, and then
books.
I'm gonna
It's in the
buy my stuff.
comic
I gotta get out of here.
It's in the comic books, bro.
It doesn't make it a good idea.
I'm not saying
Could've
that
went
it
to work.
does,
Yeah.
but it's not like they're making this up. Like in the Marvels that you're talking about, that's in the comic books.
What's in the comic?
The
The
planet
Singing
that
Dancing
just
Planet?
sings.
Sure.
Yeah, it's in the comic books.
Which book did it?
That's an old school book.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Oh, you mean like one of those books in the 40s that was just so freaking
No,
outlandish
no,
that
no.
it
Grant
never
Morrison
came back
pulls-
again? Yeah.
pulls it
Yeah,
to-
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, and I love Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, but that's insane. Like you just look at him, he's insane. So
He designed that purple pink.
yeah,
thing.
yeah, purple, yellow, red
He's
suit.
Batman. He carries a bat. Get it?
Yeah, he does. He does with nails in it.
As you do if you're not trying to kill someone. Razor sharp bats and a bat with nails or barbed wire around it, whatever.
Dude. Yeah, when I saw him in Batman R.I.P., I was just like, "What is Grant doing? Like, this is crazy." I liked it, but it didn't make any sense. But no, Singing Dancing Planet's just a bad idea. It's
Okay.
a bad idea.
Well, like we were just talking about, like everybody went crazy with Eternals. Oh my God, there's a Bollywood scene in it. Oh, this is so ridiculous. This is garbage. Blah blah blah. It fit super well,
That's the whole point.
and it
He's
was
an actor.
fire. Like I listened to that song
Yeah.
after the fact, like now, and that movie came out years ago. You know what I mean? Like it made sense for the movie. It was fire. The movie was heavy, and it had way too. You know what I mean? So like you throw a little thing in there. And that's not supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to like this dude is just an actor, a Bollywood actor. Like
Yeah.
it was fine, and people lost their mind for nothing. You know. I haven't seen the Marvels, and I'm not going to, mainly because, like what we were saying, what they did to Nick Fury is just reprehensible to me, and just because it seems like a children's movie, like Thor: Love and Thunder.
It's a little bit more serious than Thor: Love and Thunder. The Nick Fury parts, I was disappointed because coming off of Secret Invasion, he's like bitter.
I heard,
you know what I mean?
So I haven't seen the movie, so I didn't want to speak on it, but I did hear that every time you see Nick Fury in the movie, it's so
He's like
it's
happy.
it's so
Yeah.
different.
I'm like, you just got done with Secret Invasion where you lost everything.
Yeah, and then me hearing that was enough to make me be like, oh, I know what it is. I don't want to see it because my biggest problem with the first Captain Marvel is what they did to Nick Fury. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to walk out of the theater when I saw that. Luckily, it was towards the end. You know what I mean? But all the bullshit aside and everything, the people's problems with Brie Larson, I don't care about any of that. It was literally what they did to Fury in that movie was just unforgivable. Like they nerfed him so hard, and like they cheapened all of his like. You got to keep both eyes open, or last time I trust somebody, I lost an eye. Like, no, you got scratched by an alien cat, and then you're singing and dancing, washing dishes with an apron on, like in the next scene, like you didn't just get your eyeball gouged out. Like,
Kind of takes some weight away from the Winter Soldier, you know?
it was so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ruined it. All of it.
Ruined it.
It's like I don't know. I don't understand what they're doing.
Winter
I still-
Soldier, by the way, still one of the best ones, one of the best
Bro,
Marvel
the
movies
Russo
ever.
brothers. The Russo brothers made the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, Civil War,
Civil War.
Infinity War, Endgame. Like they don't get the credit that they deserve,
Yeah.
but they literally made that whole.
They put a nice bow on that freaking thing.
Those
I
are
remember.
still, probably my 4 favorite MCU movies.
Mhm.
If I had to, if I had to.
Of what you've seen, of the ones you've seen, least favorite.
So I haven't seen Quantumania. Again, it looks childish. I refuse to see it.
Not that bad.
I'm not even trying to hate on it, bro. Like, I don't care. It's just not for me. You know, I don't go on the internet ranting about, oh, I'm blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I just don't. They're not for me. They're not the tone that I want. So I'm good. Like, I'll let people enjoy them, whatever. I don't know. The worst one I've seen. So I haven't seen Quantumania. I haven't seen Marvels.
Did you see
I haven't seen most of the shows.
Doctor Strange? Did you see the new Doctor Strange?
I saw that. I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either.
I didn't love it, but I thought it could have been better, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even hate the Thor movies like a lot of people do. I thought they played their part. They were fine. Love and Thunder was
Yeah, I'm glad I
such a
didn't see that.
letdown for me. That's in the bottom for me.
Finally.
That was pretty bad.
Finally, he says it.
Hey, come on.
Iron Man 3 is in the bottom.
Iron Man
for
3 is in
me.
the bottom for
I
me.
like
That's what I
Iron
was going
Man
to say. That's fine.
I do. I like it.
So they used to do this thing in the MCU where they would just a throwaway flyby line in a later movie that would make the previous movies better. You know, like when they were talking about Iron Man 3 and Civil War, I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's cool. That actually makes it more forgivable for me. Even though I still didn't care for that movie that much, I'm like, oh, but they don't. There's no care or thought anymore. Everything is just like Easter eggs and cameos.
Exactly.
And all, it's like all flash and no heart. Like,
It's not about making a
there's
good
no
movie.
substance anymore.
No,
Yeah.
it's not about making a good movie. It's about setting up for the next one.
That's why I loved Eternals.
Yeah.
Eternals was the only, and that gets like more hate than anything. That was the most, one of the, since Endgame, it had the most heart. It was like heavy. It was emotional. Like you cared about the characters were set up great. Like everybody had. That's the kind of thing. I feel the same way with Man of Steel, where like people came out of the woodwork to hate on those movies, and then the studios course corrected because of them. But because that was actually good content, they course corrected to something bad and worse. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I get if you're a huge Eternals fan and you're upset about like changes that they made. I understand that. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. That is distracting to me sometimes. I just feel like it's not needed sometimes.
Yeah.
You're only doing it to like pander.
Yeah.
So if your intentions are not in the right place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like whatever. But at this point, I'm not gonna like lose my shit or like
No.
waste energy on shit like that.
No.
I don't care. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. But like, it's just a shame because Eternals was fire. It's set up for, it made for really good setups that went nowhere, that they did nothing with, including the X-Men, Galactus. You know what I mean? And
It did
like
the
we
two
got
things it was
nothing.
supposed to do. It's set up and it was a good flick, or it was a thoughtful movie, rather.
Like people even hate on the story. It's like, what are you talking about? Like that was a, they took real things from ancient history. I mean, one of the reasons why I love that movie is because they took real things from ancient history and they nodded to it, and it was just very like, you could tell it was like a labor of love, you know. And it felt original, and it opened up like a new corner of the MCU. And then it just like, they're not even doing anything with what's his name, the Black Knight, Kit Harington.
Yeah. I haven't
They
seen
just
anything
squashed
from you
that.
yet.
Are we supposed to be Black Knight?
They squashed
Yeah.
how many
You know
Blade
what's Eternals?
That's the thing.
Blade
No,
scripts?
he's making me want to watch it now. I just haven't had any.
Eternals does not
reason.
deserve the hate. It was one of the better things that Wakanda Forever and Eternals to me is the best things. The only things that I even care about after Endgame, to be honest.
Yeah, I care about I cared about the third Spider-Man mainly because of me growing up with what I grew up with, but not because it was a crazy good movie or anything. But it was nice to see everybody together again.
My problem with that is that they scrapped their whole idea that they had for the trilogy and just went with like a hollow, fan servicey Sony like Easter egg
Right.
movie.
What was the idea?
It was supposed to be Kraven, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
What?
The third installment of Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
I'm not
I
even-
actually forgot about the Craven movie.
It's gonna be rated R.
Another anti-hero movie
Yeah, like
for
what?
someone who's not an anti-hero without Spider-Man.
You
Like,
didn't see that coming?
it's just ridiculous.
Uh,
He just gets his powers from them now too. I think. Looked like he got bit by a lion, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, no,
But-
that's how he gets powers. He gets bit by, like, dude, I don't even want to talk about it.
So is Madam Web?
Sucks. Yes.
I mean, it does look like crap, but
I
Madam
thought the
Web.
Spider-Man guy looked good. I thought Ezekiel looks good.
I don't
In the
know.
black suit
that-
Spider-Man.
Is
So
that
black suit
um,
Spider-Man?
Marvel or is that Sony?
Sony!
It is Sony.
I thought, what's her
In
name?
association with Marvel.
Julia?
With no
What's her
Spider-Man.
name?
yet.
Julia.
Is that her name? Julia? Spider?
It would be cool if all these movies that they did, like Venom, Morbius, Madam Web, Craven, if it's revealed that the Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield.
Not gonna happen.
And then they have a Sinister Six movie with Andrew Garfield against them. That would make it.
I respect your opinion, but
That would make it.
those movies, I couldn't even make it through those movies, bro. Oh my god.
You didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man movies?
No.
I literally turned them off.
First one was good, man.
Again, the second movie
Dude,
can't
the
like it because
first
they
one-
kill him a stone.
And the second one
The best way,
had the best Spider-Man swinging of any movie.
The best way I could
The
describe
best
it.
Spider-Man swinging.
Yeah.
Watch
I'm
the
sorry.
Spider-Man 2.
Watch the scene in
it's
Amazing
either
Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2 that had the where he jumps off the
Oh,
building. And he's
the
swinging
Incredibles.
through the city. Yeah.
Watch the scene in
No,
Amazing Spider-Man where
okay.
they're on the subway, right? This fake-looking subway with these like weird, like 80s style subway New York City gang villains on the subway, and I'm like, what am I watching, dude? And then like cut to Homecoming, right, where he's on the subway in Queens, and I'm like, they're on the subway in Queens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, like that's, I'm not saying that that's the whole reason. I'm just saying that take that, cut it out, extrapolate it. You know what I mean? That to me is the problem with those movies. They were so bad,
Are
so
you talking
corny.
about the original Spider-Man?
Take the ball, Flash.
So
Take the ball. Oh my god, dude. The scene, the montage with him on the skateboard and the oh my god, I cringe so hard.
Amazing
It's just
Spider-Man.
like,
That's
I can't
Andrew
even think
Garfield's
about that.
Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah.
Not for me. Sure, he was a good Spider-Man in the suit, but that was it.
I hated how the suit
He was a
looked,
horrible
too.
Peter Parker.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit was the best suit to me. It looked just
Two
like,
suit was way
it looked
better than
just
the
like
first
the
one.
comic book. Just like the comic book.
Jamie Foxx, Electro. I don't even know what to do with that.
Just forget about it. It makes zero sense. He can go into an electrical outlet, but he can't just shock Spider-Man to death. I don't know. I don't understand what was happening in that movie. And then they killed Emma Stone. They had the best special effect with her. Killed her. Another waste. They could have just did the story that she is
And
like
then you
the Mary
don't
Jane
even-
slash,
You wash
Gwen
your
Stacy.
whole trilogy to do this big fan servicey Spider-Verse movie, and then you don't even have her pop up as Spider-Gwen.
missed
Where
opportunity.
it
I was
didn't-
thinking about that.
She could have just been from a different alternate dimension of the Andrew Garfield
And you could have
dimension,
seen her
and
again.
she pops in it. How do you not do that? How do you not have
Or they could have had
Miguel or Ben or
right.
like Spider-Punk? How do you not have them just show up? You literally don't have to do anything with them
They just have to be
after
there.
that.
Yeah.
Because you explain them away by
They
their
go home.
different dimensions.
They go
multiverse.
home.
They
Yeah.
did it with the freaking animated movie. Why couldn't you do that?
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna scrap your whole plan to make this movie, go all out and make that movie.
Would have also been awesome if they brought what's her name in, the one that plays Spider-Gwen, who is Hawkeye. They could have just given her the haircut and had her show up.
Yeah, Kate Bishop. What's her name in real life? I forget her name.
Haley Stein.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a really good actress, and she could have been Spider-Gwen and Hawkeye. Doesn't
You
matter.
do that corny thing with like the silhouettes in the background.
The silhouettes
in the
look so
sky.
dumb.
Like, oh my god.
It looks so dumb.
Why would they be there?
I don't know. There's no point. There's
Right?
no point for them just to be there. Yeah.
Even just seeing like Green Goblin and Doc Ock and like in Peter's like apartment, I was just like,
It was
what,
weird.
What are we doing, man?
It was
Like,
weird.
What is this?
But when they were in action, I gotta be honest with you. I'm very excited watching
Yes.
them.
Alfred
the character-
Molina?
Alfred Molina. It was awesome watching him again.
I thought he was
Yeah,
going to kill
because
that
how
boy.
do you not? There's
How
no
do you
way to
not?
fuck that up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But that's again like all flash and no substance. Like
Oh, but yeah, the movie. Yeah. I know what you
to me, like I'm not trying to knock. I'm glad that people liked it. I didn't hate it for what it was. I'm like, okay, like sure, it's a Spider-Verse movie, live action. It's cool to see the three of them on screen together. But to me, that doesn't make a movie. Like
It doesn't make a
I'm
good
not
movie.
that easy, and I can't just be like, oh, like this was great. Like I'm sorry, I need more than Easter eggs to, I'm a story guy.
Yeah, it was basically an Easter egg movie.
Yeah.
It was an Easter egg hunt. 100%.
And that's what everything is now. That's why I'm just like
Yeah.
checked out of the MCU. I just, it's cool. Just like make shit for kids and make new Marvel fans. Fine, I'll just gracefully bow out and sit out. Like I just don't care. I don't know. It just sucks because I literally like my favorite Marvel characters of all time. The thing that got me into comics is the X-Men, and they finally have the rights to them. And now it's just like you did a whole Marvel universe with like the Avengers, but you couldn't have Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and the X-Men in it, right? So it just, even though you did great things with it, it was lacking. And now you're gonna have the X-Men and Fantastic Four, but now all your Avengers are gone. You know what I mean? So it's like you can never have like Nightcrawler bamfing Steve and Logan around to bars trying to get them drunk. You know what I mean? You can never have Avengers versus X-Men, like not to the extent that it should be. Like who are the Avengers now? You haven't seen any of them. Like where are they? There's just no Avengers anymore. Like they're all gone.
Cap is old.
Cap is dead.
Well, I mean, he's old. They said he was on the moon. So Cap
Yeah,
is
he's
old.
not dead yet.
I didn't
He's
say
on the
that.
moon?
You said he was on the moon.
He didn't die.
They made a joke about it.
He was in Endgame at the end.
Yeah, but after that, he's
No, he's still alive.
They made a joke.
They
about
make
it.
jokes
It's
about
like,
like, oh, I heard he's up on the
moon.
Yeah.
Which is like the man watching over us all. So he's fine.
They're gonna do that
It's
whole.
really old.
They're gonna do that thing from the comics, where he
Which
gets
is lame.
Gets serum
Like-
back or whatever, and becomes young again.
Oh, well, if he's young again, okay, but I don't want to see like old man Cap in a movie. That's just
No.
unless Chris
the thing
Evans
is
was
that-
actually like an old man. You know what I mean? Like if we're talking
Years,
years
in
and
the
years
future.
down the road. Okay.
Well, I mean, they are bringing Sam up as Cap, so he's Cap now.
I
But
would like to see
Well,
old
he's
man
officially
Cap.
Cap because at the end of the series he's Cap.
As
right,
Cap. Remember when he was hunting down like the Illuminati and all that? He was old man Cap, and he's in the chair, and he's got the suit, and he's old man. I would like to see that. Like he's old man Cap hunting these people down.
So, like I said, I would like to see that in the future, but like I wouldn't like to see that iteration of him while the X-Men are just coming onto the scene. You know what I mean? I want to see them all in their prime interacting with each other. That's just me, though. You know, like.
yeah, but all the Avengers from this last Avengers Endgame movie are all gone. So
That's what I
Scarlet
mean,
Witch
but,
2
like-
is out. That's just Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is gonna have to go deal with the multiverse.
Thor's still around.
And Thor, and the Guardians of the Galaxy,
Hulk.
and Hulk.
Around, but
Hulk?
are they like they're all nerfed or like they're just
No,
they're-
because Hulk is
they're
Professor
not
Hulk.
relevant anymore.
He's
They're-
Professor Hulk.
I think they're missing
Professor
the
Hulk's
boat
nerfed.
hugely on Hulk right now. Like you need to have a story where Hulk is just like
They can't though because
rampaging.
they don't own it.
No, they got it back.
When? Just recently?
Yeah, they got it back. So the rumor is they're trying to do World War Hulk. That's what this is all building up to.
I've been hearing that for like 10 years. I
They
think.
need a rampaging Hulk, like, and all the heroes have to stop him. You need something like that, man. It's essential. Right, Joey?
It's not gonna happen.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?